Hey, hi. In this tutorial, we'll go through variables. And what is a variable? Variable is a reference. Uh, it's a reference to object. So in Ruby, everything is an object except for variables. There are exceptions. In that, variables is an exception. So it stores variable stores the reference to an object. Are variables objects? No, like I said, object they are not objects. They are reference to objects, and once referenced, they act as objects. So for example, let me show you an example. Huh, clear. Hmm. For example, x is a variable, and I am giving integer object to x. So I'm giving 2. So now if I uh, now it acts as a uh, object. If I do a plus operation on it, plus 2, then it returns 4. So they act as objects once it is referenced. So yeah, so they act as uh, objects once referenced. They act as objects. How are values assigned to variables? We use equal to sign to assign a variable object to variable. So hmm, how can a variable be used before assignment? So before assignment they cannot be used. For example, y is not assigned. So if I call it, it throws an error, undefined local variable or method. So we cannot. Can be variables we use? No. Uh, what happens when variable name is called in IRB? Uh, when it is called, like I said, if it is already referenced, then we'll get the return. If it is not referenced, then we get an error. So, and what is the naming convention of for variables? So Ruby recommends that uh, we have like a lowercase letter with joining the words with underscore. So and it should be more descriptive. For example, articles written. So here, like I just said, they need to be more descriptive because uh, like English like syntax is simple to read as Ruby focuses on the like easier syntax and uh, yeah, developer happiness. What what is IRB? As I said, IRB is a interactive Ruby shell, interactive Ruby shell, and I've just now used the interactive Ruby shell. Unlike like writing on in the file, in interactive Ruby shell, you'll get the response immediately. Uh, what do dollar at the rate and at double at the rate at the start of variable mean? So these are special type of variables. These are special type of variable. So we'll discuss about this in the later section. So the scope of these variables changes with using this. If we use this at the start of the variable. So yeah, here, for example, like just I said, to recap what we learned. variables can variables can be referenced using equal to sign. So we can reference an object to variable. We are giving an integer object to variable, and we can perform operations on variables. But before that, we cannot call a variable without referencing it. So if I call it says uh, undefined variable. So if I do y equal to x plus 2, then we'll get uh, we'll get a y value. So it acts as an object. Now x is acting as an object. Instead of giving 2 plus 2, we can use the x's value and assign it to y. Yeah, that's it. You can use quit to quit the interactive Ruby shell.